Hello everyone, welcome to IS323 recording for week 3. The reading this week is tutorial 2 and tutorial 3. Sorry about that. The discussion is due on Wednesday. You're to respond to the 2 elements, which I have written here. You're to cite your sources using APA and have in-text citation. You have to have at least 1. You need 3 replies by Sunday. The week 3 assignment is due Sunday by 11:59. You're to complete the slate and pencil tutoring case problem 1 from tutorial 3. You'll be editing the SP Home and the SP Layout style sheet in HTML. And you're going to zip all of the files needed for the website and send in a zip file. So first you're going to enter your name into the 2 files, your name and the date, and you're going to save them and take away the text in the name. Then you're going to go to the HTML file and you're going to link to the base style sheet, the styles style sheet, and the layout style sheet. Here's an example of one of the links. We did that last week, so you should be able to do it. Then you're going to the layout style sheet and you're going to go to the window and body styles. So if you look at that original file, all it is a bunch of comments. So you're going to fill in each of these sections. And then you're going, in this particular one, you have your height, and you're setting your height to 100%. So I didn't give you the whole thing. I told you what section. I gave you an idea of what needs to be in this section. And I also have given you page numbers on some of them. So for instance, for this one, you'll find it on page 176 and 178, and it goes under the window and body styles. So just start at the top. If you had one already under there, then this would go after that. Then you're going to create a rule to apply a box border, and it's to be the header, the UL, the nav, the LI, and the A. And this is just an example of one of those, so go to page 192 so you can get them all there. And then the next time is in the rows and styles, and it says to use the technique shown in the tutorial that employs the alter pseudo element on page 195. So that's how you do that one. And then in the page header styles, you're going to create a style for the body header and the logo image, and you'll find that on page 169. And then you want to create a style rule for the nav element within the body header, and here are the things that you need under that. And then you have another one which is also in the body header, but it's the nav A element, and you need the display and the width. So I haven't given you the whole thing, but you can find them in the book. So this gives you a hint, and then you go and look to how to do it exactly. So this is the horizontal navigation list. You need the display, the float, and the width. Next, we're working with a list of items of topics, and it's in the topic styles. Then also in the topics, you have, you're setting the margin. So the first of type is one, and then you're going to have the last item, the last of type will have the other margin. And in the same section, you're going to do the image that goes with the topic. and you're going to set it as a block with the width of 50%. That will go under that. Then you're going to go to the HR styles, and this is where you'll start it, and you'll do the width of 50%. So next we're in the customer comment styles, and then you have a list of comments, and you have a width and a margin. Then also with the comments in the list, they're going to be in 2 columns, so you're going to have display, float, margin, and width. And each customer comment is accompanied by an image, so you're going to have your comment list and your image, and then you have display, float, width, and margin that you want to set for those. And then you're going to set your paragraphs. Float and width, it's still in the same list of comments. And then you're going to go to the footer, and this is the beginning of the footer, and you want it to display only when both margins are clear of floating objects. You're going to save your changes and make sure they look like figure 366. So this is basically before and after. And then the week 3 quiz is due Sunday. It can only be taken once. The second version of CSS, which is called CSS2, was introduced in 1998, expanding the language to provide styles to position elements at specific locations on a page. Style comments can be added to embedded style sheets as long as they are placed between the opening and closing style tags. Know what specifies the color of elements foreground, that's in Appendix C12. WebKit, Mozilla, and Presto support similar extensions that mirror CSS3 background size and background clip properties. Know what opacity is, that's on page 100. Know what the wildcard selector is, that's on page 109. Know the different font style property types, you can find that on page 168. Know what happens when you place the marker inside the virtual box, page 168. Know the markup tag for the main class, page 664. Know what the result of a style border, style bottom, double single. So what does that do? Use the asterisk to apply the styles to every element nested within the body element. Know what the subscript and superscript styles do, page 83. Know how to make hypertext links show with an out and underline, page 83. Know what an outline does, page 256. Know what the distribution of elements is, page 245. Know the different overflow property values, page 240. The exact order in which external style sheets and embedded style sheets are processed by the browser depends on the order in which they are listed within the HTML file. Know the difference between absolute units and relative units, page 168. Know what a reset sheet is, page 169. And know what browsers support CSS3. One thing I forgot to tell you about the assignments, you should always be validating your files, any that you, your style sheets and your HTML. You should be validating that. One is for the CSS file, and the other is for the HTML file. because I will check your files, and if you have errors, then I will count off. So you should be making sure you check that. That's all I have this week. If you have any questions, please let me know.